Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'd like to show you my current setup for my Hobonichi Weeks. I started this planner in the beginning of the year and I've been really happy with it, and I don't see myself switching anytime soon. So I'm going to be showing you what's inside and how I have all the pockets set up and all that. So this is my second year in a row for Hobonichi Weeks. Here was my first one from last year and I was really happy and satisfied with this. So I decided to go for it again this year. And the cover that I'm using this month is the Moterm Original Weeks cover in the Lychee Lilac. I've been rotating my covers every month just to keep things interesting for me, and that's actually helped me stick with the same planner throughout the entire year. So that's been a lot of fun. And funniest story about this cover is I actually had a different lilac cover last year. I made a whole video about that, but I had a hard time slipping my weeks with the plastic cover. So as you see, I actually do have a plastic sleeve on my weeks, and I had a hard time slipping it into the back like this. So I ended up selling that cover, but then I kept seeing Instagram posts of people being able to slip in their weeks with the clear cover on cover in their Moterm Weeks. So I decided to buy another one, the same color and everything, and I don't know if they changed the sizing of the cover, but this time it fit effortlessly. It fits perfectly now, so I'm super duper happy about that. I don't know if I just got unlucky or they updated their sizing, but I'm really happy that my weeks cover now fits with the plastic cover on cover. So here's what my setup looks like right now. I do tuck in the bookmark in the pocket here because I don't like it hanging out. I never use the bookmarks here, and I actually don't use bookmarks in general. Just like last year, I covered up the bookmarks on my Hobonichi Weeks. Here, if you watched my setup video from last year, you saw that I also cut off the bookmarks in my 2021 weeks. I don't use bookmarks. I've always just used tabs that I made myself. And then in the inner pockets here, I did take the time to decorate it. And then in this slip pocket here, I have this printable from UNI Graphics that I printed on cardstock paper, so there's nothing in the back. And then I used my scallop punch to make these edges, and then I laminated the whole thing. And I just have it slipped in here. And then I did the same for the other side here. And I'm not going to take this out because I actually washi taped this because it's a little bit shorter than I wanted. So I just washi taped it into the pocket just to keep it in place. Same with this card here on the side. It says consistency, and I felt like that word did resonate with me because I want to be consistent in this planner all year. And this is, I believe, a freebie from Poi and Hun, and I cut it up and laminated it as well, and I just washi taped it into my paper here. And then in the pockets here, I made some more printables with UNI Graphics, and this time I printed it on acetate paper, and I used my matte laminating sheets for these cards. I don't use matte sheets for my scalloped edges because it tends to get all cloudy on the side and it doesn't look that good. But if I'm not using my scallop punch, I like to use my matte laminating sheets because I think it looks a lot better this way. And then here I made a little card for myself, and I did make this all on Affinity Designer on my computer. I've been trying to make the same kind of card on Canva so that I can offer it as a printable in the future, but I still need to work on that. But if you guys are interested in having a similar look to this, please let me know and I will try to get that out for you. And the second card here is my name, plus pen and paper lover, because that's what I am, and then some contact info, and you can find all this on my channel, so there's nothing super personal here. And then my word of the year, release. At the beginning of the year, I was going through this thing where I was like, I'm going to release myself from expectations and unrealistic goals and all that. So I'm still trying to keep that in mind as the year goes on. But I think the meaning of this word has evolved a little bit for me, where before it was releasing myself from unrealistic expectations. Now it also means just releasing things from my life that don't serve me anymore. So I've been doing some decluttering and destashing and not being afraid to get rid of stuff that I don't need anymore. And then in the last pocket here, this is an Instax picture of where I used to live in Pennsylvania. Down the street from my old apartment is this row of beautiful cherry blossoms that is just so gorgeous in the spring, and springtime always makes me feel homesick for Pennsylvania. So I decided to print out this picture that I took myself of that time, and it always makes me so happy whenever I look at it. So these two cards are also washi taped in because I didn't want to put them all away. They're the same height as this card, but the pocket goes deeper than that, but I didn't want this to jostle around because before it would like move around like that and it got a little messy, so I decided to just washi tape them in place, and I just used whatever junk washi tape that I wasn't really inspired with. And then for my Hobonichi Weeks, I do have the Mega version in the Phantom Blue color, so as you can see, it's a lot thicker than your regular Weeks. And I have the Shooting Star clear cover to go with it. You can check out all the details in my Hobonichi haul video from last year. So that is what I have. And then I put a butterfly sticker on the cover itself because there was this huge white mark in here from some friction that was happening. So it was rubbing off the dye on the cover. And that really bothered me because anytime I opened up my planner, it was like right there. So I just slapped on a picture to cover it up. And now it looks even more beautiful than how it was before. And I'm really happy about that. So opening her up, I did cover the inner cover with some scrapbook paper. And I plan on adding some stickers here, but I haven't found ones that match the blue scrapbook paper here. I wanted my beginning pages on my weeks to be blue themed since the cover is blue. So I started with this blue scrapbook paper, and then I did add the clear pocket that goes with the weeks when you purchase it. And I just added this planner card that I made last year. You can also see this in my setup last year. And I just have it tucked in there, and I can always switch it out to something else if I feel like it. But so far I've been really liking this, so no reason for me to switch. And then here is the first page of the weeks when you turn the page. And I did decorate it just to make it cutesy and fun to look at. And as you can see, I did use my Posca paint to cover up some mistakes. So I'm not afraid of making mistakes in my weeks. I can always just cover it up with Posca paint markers if I feel like it. And it doesn't bother me. If there's one thing from using planners for the last couple of years, it's accepting mistakes and just not worrying about imperfection, because that's just gonna hold you back. And then here in the yearly overview, I did cover up the section here where I think the Japanese holidays are. And then here is the 2021 calendar, which isn't relevant to me anymore. Plus, if I ever need to look back on my 2021 dates, I can always just look at my 2021 weeks. So I just covered them up and I put important dates here. And I do plan on writing down some dates here, but I consider them personal, so I'm gonna wait till after this video. And then here is the other yearly overview. I've always used this as a birthday list because I never know what else to use this page for. So this is just a list of my friends and family's birthdays so I don't forget. But I did go ahead and add a strip of washi tape up here. This is from Notebook Therapy. This is the Ocean collection, I think. Or maybe it's the Eternal Summer. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to double check. But I will link Notebook Therapy's site below and you can look around. I love their washi tape. They're so cute. And they're holographic. And then next, I think this is the December 2021 page, and I decided to cover it up and make my own spread with it because December 2021 is irrelevant to me for this plan because again, I can always just refer to my previous planner. So I turned this into my key page, and I have something similar in my old planner, except I added it on the Hobonichi Weeks title page. So I like having a key page even though I already know these symbols by heart. It just makes the planner feel more complete to me. So these gold foil washi stickers are from Amazon. And then again, more washi tape from Notebook Therapy. And then these star stickers and the girl sticker are from Sticky Club. And then the stamp, I think, is from Michaels. I will link all of my supplies down in the description if I'm able to find them still. But here is my key page. And then turning the page, here we start the monthly page. So I do decorate my monthly page once it passes, just so I can decorate around the words and dates. And I didn't really have anything going on in January. I was still playing a lot of Endwalker, so there was that. And then here's February's page, which doesn't make sense to me now. Like, what is this? This looks too much, but we're just gonna keep on moving. And then here's March, so I'm filming this mid-March, so there's no decorations in here yet. But as you can see, I do have these holiday stickers, and these are from Happy Planner. I decided to just use them up because I'm trying to focus on using up my stationery stash this year. I'm doing a project pan for all of my stationery. You can check out that video if you like, but my intent this year is to use up all of my stickers and not feel like they're too cute to use, or maybe they don't fit my aesthetic or whatever it is. No excuses, let's just use them. These stickers are from the basic pack, I think. And then I ended up running out of these holiday stickers because I actually used that same sheet back in 2019. And I started my bullet journal sometime in April. So after April, all of my holiday stickers got used up in that bullet journal. So I decided to just letter the federal holidays instead. And I just looked this up online. I'm so bad at keeping up with US holidays because I didn't grow up here, so I always need a calendar or I have to Google them to keep up. So that is it for the monthly pages. And then these I think are the 2023 monthly pages, but I covered them up again. And I haven't decided what to use these pages for because I originally intended for these to be my photo of the month spreads. But since I am using the weekly pages as my memory keeper, I felt like that was too repetitive. So I'm still thinking about it. I decided to just leave it for now, and I can always make those spreads in the future. But I did go ahead and make my ideal month template here. This is exactly the same as my ideal month template last year, where this is what I would be able to accomplish in a month if I am super productive and I'm on top of my game, getting rested and nothing else is looming over me, all that stuff. This is what I would be able to do. And this sticker is from Sterling Ink, and this is a floral sticker from Amazon that I actually cut so that it'll fit into the edges here. And let me just turn back to my monthly pages here. I completely skipped over them, but a lot of my stickers are either from Sterling Ink, Sticky Club, or Amazon. So again, I will link all of those below. And then my ideal month template, again, the same thing as my setup from last year. This is what I would be able to accomplish ideally in a week if I'm super productive and all that. So it doesn't always turn out that way, especially this year. We do have some big things coming up this year that is overwhelming me right now, so it's hard to stay on top of everything, but I'm trying my best. And that's why I have my planner, so that I can at least get the important things done. And then more blank pages that I made myself. I think these are the December weekly pages. And then here I have a gratitude page. I've always tried making a gratitude spread in all of my planners, and I never managed to keep up with them, but this year, once again, I am trying and I want to stay on top of it. So I've been making it fun for me by adding these stickers. And these are just general stuff like a growing baby. I'm always grateful for my baby being happy and healthy, but just because I always say it doesn't make it any less true every time. So I like to put that in there. And then even more blank pages. So these washi tapes are from Sterling Ink. Again, washi tape from Amazon, notebook therapy, so seeing a theme here. And then here we are at the start of January. So as I mentioned before, I am using the weekly pages as my memory keeper. So I like to make a sort of scrapbooky spread on my weekly pages. So I like to collage, add a little picture, and then write about something positive that happened that day on the daily rows here. And I'm gonna be completely honest, I have not been keeping up with my memory planner this year, so it's been inconsistent. Some weeks I do get to it and others I don't. So the last spread I did was this, I think, all the way back in February 13. But I'm not stressing too much about it because I can always backfill these. I usually refer to my daily journal, my baby journal, or just my phone to choose something positive that happened to me that day. And I'm not that far behind, so I'm actually going to be working on this some more after I film this. The reason I've been putting off the setup video because I felt like, oh, I need to catch up on my weekly pages. I'm so behind, but I feel like if I stuck to that mentality, I'm never going to be making this video. So that's just the truth of it. I don't have a perfect planner setup, but I try not to let that get in my way. And if you struggle with the same problem as I do, where you feel like everything has to be perfect before I can show it to others, then just don't worry about it, because everybody struggles with perfection. I think that's a lesson that I've learned over and over again being in the planner community, that everyone has their own planner struggles. You're not alone. So let's go ahead and jump to the daily pages. I do have these tabs for Mochi things. So I have the tab for the monthly pages here, and then the weekly for my memory planner, and then the daily pages for my actual planning. And again, this is the Mega, so I have 215 pages here in the back, and this is basically my bullet journal. And here's my index page. I just jumped right into it. I haven't done a title page here, but this is working for me, so it's fine. This is pretty much the index page that you would see in a regular bullet journal. And since I'm using a Hobonichi Weeks, the pages are already numbered for me, which is great. So I don't have to worry about labeling all of my pages. I can just refer to the page number and have them in here. And again, my 2020 goals page, completely empty. That's just something that completely passed me by this year. But I have my goals written in my daily journal. I just need to make the page. But again, we are letting go of perfection. We are releasing. So it is what it is. I'll get to this eventually. And if not, that's fine. I'm doing great right now. And then next page, I do have this grid spacing guide here for the Hobonichi Weeks blank page. And the grids were very small. It's 3.8 millimeters, I think. But it doesn't bother me because I'm a really small writer to begin with. And I actually do like this grid size because, again, I'm a very tiny writer and I feel like this is the perfect size for me. So my grid spacing guide is just half and then thirds. Quarters, I can always just do the math on the half guide, so I didn't bother with that. I do have them here though because the vertical spacing is a bit more overwhelming than the horizontal one. And then here we go. We're starting now with my proper bullet journal pages. I do make a monthly title page every month just to make it fun for me. And I have been choosing a color scheme for every month. So January, I started with blue again. And I don't know if you've noticed, but a lot of my pages in the beginning are sort of blue themed. Because again, I wanted to keep up with the cover here. So that was really fun for me, and it was actually quite challenging because I don't have a lot of blue stickers, I've learned. So I had to think outside the box for some of them, but it was really fun for me. So here's how I set up my monthly pages, and they're all the same every month so far. So I have a tracker here that tracks all of the important things that I want to keep up with, or maybe habits that I'm trying to form. And I don't always keep up with my tracker. Some days I just completely skip looking at it. So that's something that I need to work on, is to make sure that I stay on top of my tracker. And I think my current tracker, I'm also a few days behind, so yikes. And then I have my weekly notes here, and this basically functions as the weekly spread for me. If I want to do some light forward planning for the week, or maybe there's an important date that I need to remember, I write it down here first because I am rapid logging my daily pages, as you'll see in a bit. I also did a dinner tracker, but I didn't have enough space, so I decided to just keep that in my Google Keep, and that's not a big deal to me. And then here we are at the daily pages. So I like to rapid log the way that writer Carol originally intended for the bullet journal. So if you take away all the stickers and decorations and everything, it's really just a list. I find that really works for me because I'm very much a list person, and I don't really like to prioritize where this appointment goes in this box and this chore goes on that box. That's a bit too complicated for me, to be honest. So I really just need a list and then check them off every day, and then when the next day starts, I make a whole new list. I keep my actual planning process very simple and uncomplicated, and that's been super working for me. I do like to decorate my daily log pages once the week has passed, or once I've completely filled up the spread. So again, more sterling ink stickers, and then I always like to draw a moon stencil here in my pages, and this stencil is from Notebook Therapy yet again. And then here is the next page. So I've been keeping my decorations this year more simple compared to my pages from last year. Let me see if I can find one that doesn't have a lot of private info. Okay, I think this one is fine to show. So if you compare my spreads from last year to this year, this is a lot more elaborate, and that really was fun for me at the time. I didn't have a strict color scheme back then. I just went with whatever I felt like at the time. But this year I decided to simplify a little bit just to save myself some time, because collaging for me still takes up a lot of time. It doesn't take as much time as maybe drawing, but finding stickers that go together and coming up with a color theme and then choosing stickers that would fit my page, it did take a lot. And again, it was a lot of fun, but I'm trying to simplify a little bit this year. So my decoration for my daily logs have been a lot less effortful this year. But that doesn't mean that I like it any less. I actually do love looking at this page. And then here's another one. This one is a bit more fancy just because I had this extra space here that I took advantage of. But generally, I've been keeping my daily pages very simple. So here is February, another title page here. And then I like to mark my monthly title page with a strip of washi. I find that to be a really good kind of border between the months. And it's fun to look at the sides of my weeks and see how it changes over time. I don't mind stuffing my planner at all because that's a sign of all the love and effort I put into it that year. Alright, so again, tracker, weekly notes, same old. I did get very sick the first week of February, so I wasn't able to do much. But I tried my best. And for February, I went with a pink-purple theme, which I'm super duper in love with. I love looking at this page. It's just so cute. I'm really feeling the pinks and purples lately. And again, Sticky Club, sterling ink. And then here is another pink and purple theme. And then I didn't decorate this page, but I'll get to it. And then here we are in March. Again, tracker, weekly notes. And then here is another daily log page. And then from there, I haven't decorated this page yet. And here is my current spread. So that's it for my daily log. It's pretty simple. It's nothing too fancy. And as you saw, it's quite uniform. I have my tracker, my weekly notes for everything, and then the daily pages. Not complicated at all, but I do want to jump to the back here. So here is my tab. It says freely, and that's where my free notes are. So let's jump here. This is where I write down projects or logs that will span the entire year. So my project pan, I have been taking notes of my progress. Don't read it, it's a spoiler. And then here is my nail polish log. I have to label my current one, but I've been putting down a sample of my nail polish here because I'm also trying to finish up my nail polish this year. And to help with that fear of using something up and feeling like it's gone forever, I decided to log a sample of it in my Hobonichi Weeks so that even after I finish up that bottle of nail polish, a part of it will always still be with me. And nail polish does hold up to Tomoe River paper. I don't know how it is for other papers, but Tomoe River paper can definitely hold up. And then here I also have a fountain pen log. Same thing, I'm trying to go through my fountain pen inks, and anytime I fill up a new pen, I just log it here. This also serves as a tracker for what ink is in what pen, because sometimes I do forget what color is in certain pens. So this is helpful to have, and as you can see, I do also have some mistakes in here, but that's okay. And then the next page is my stationery empties, but I'm gonna keep that as a surprise for now. And then I have some private info, so let me skip through that. And then here, all the way in the back, is my washi tape graveyard. So these are bits of washi tape that instead of tossing them out, I just put it in here. And some of this might still be usable, actually. So if I ever want to use this for something else, I can always just take them out and place them elsewhere. And then this sticker, I think it actually ripped in two, which is why I decided to put it in my graveyard. So there, if you see, there's like a tear right through that. And then a test page in the back. I always like to have a test page in the back of my weeks just to try out a certain way of writing something. So here was my test page from last year. It just gives me a good idea of how a pen will perform on the page before I start writing it on my daily pages. And then in the back, my 100 I'm using as a media log, and I haven't been keeping up, to be honest. I've recently finished Inventing Anna and Turning Red, so I need to log those. But I do plan on using this as a log for movies that I've watched, books that I've read, games that I've played, all that stuff. And then you have the Japanese pages here, which I haven't covered up yet. I don't know if I will. I didn't cover these up last year, so I think I'm fine without it. And then here in the back is my personal info page. And just like last year, I added a selfie of me. That's something that I like to do every year. So here was last year's. It looks the same, doesn't it? It's like the same look and feel. I guess I haven't been that creative in this week's, but that's okay, because I really do love this look. I love these floral stickers. These are from the Happy Planner, and I'm almost running out of them, so that's been making me really nervous. But again, it's not about hoarding stickers this year. It's about using them up and enjoying them on my pages and all that. And then here we are at the back. Again, more blue scrapbook paper to line the inner cover. I don't have anything here. I like to just keep the back functional usually. And then the pen that I'm using is the Zebra Beeline ballpoint pen. I've been really liking this pen. It's such a smooth writer. It's never skipped on me, and it fits my pen loop perfectly. And then in the back pocket, I don't have anything. So that is my current Hobonichi Weeks setup. I've been really enjoying my setup so far. Again, I don't feel like changing anytime soon because I've just been really happy with the week. So I guess I have planner piece right now with this and my personal rings, and it feels good to be here. I'm not agonizing about my planner system. I'm not wondering if something's going to be better because I know that this works for me, and I'm going to hold on to that for the rest of the year. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you all enjoyed it and maybe learned something new. If you have a setup video below, please do let me know in the comments. I love watching other people's setups because even if we have a different planner system, I feel like I always learn something. So they're really enjoyable for me to watch. But until then, this is Baba Notes, and I will see you next time. Bye!